Hey there, it's Pete with GCI Turf. Hope you're having a great day today. And I am incredibly anal about my edges. What I mean by edges is where my natural area meet my turf, or where a hard surface like a driveway or a sidewalk meets my turf. If you're new here, first time seeing me, I've got over 800 videos posted on my YouTube channel. Be sure and subscribe, hit the little bell. That way every time I post a new video, you'll get notified. So for me, there's two different ways of edging beds. One is your maintenance edging. That's where when I'm doing my routine mowing and that kind of thing, I'll either use a stick edger around my hard surface areas. I use a stick edger so that I get a perfect 90-degree angle cut up against that edge. That straight blade isn't going to bend. It's not going to be crooked in any kind of way. You'll always get a very consistent straight edge when you use a stick edger on hard surface areas. Now, maintenance edging on my bed, I'll use my string trimmer. That's where I hold my string trimmer upright, and I'll go around all the edges of my beds and I'll cut a nice clean crisp edge where my grass meets up against my pine needles. So that's one way, maintenance edging. The second way is mechanical edging. Now back here's 100% Kentucky bluegrass. It's my GCI Turf Blue Heat mix, and this is going to be a wiffle ball field. Well, this front edge right here has traditionally been the back side of my fescue bed. When I've done the renovation back here and done all the grade work and the planting seed and all that kind of thing, I lost the edge of my bed. It just kind of blended all in together with the natural area. So there was no real distinct separation from the pine needles and the grass. So I wanted to create that distinction. And the way I did that is I called up my buddy Brad. He's got a bed edger. I personally don't own one. I said, hey Brad, can I borrow your bed edger one evening? He was kind enough to let me do that. So because this particular edge is going to go from home plate all the way out to the left field fence, I wanted it absolutely dead spot on straight. Any sort of crookedness would not be tolerated. So the easiest way I know to do that is I take a nail and a string. I drive the nail down into the ground. And I'll wrap the string around the head of the nail. And I go down to the other end of the bed and repeat the process with my second nail. Now here's the trick to it. You want to take your string and press it all the way down so that the string sits on top of the grass. I've got this paint marking gizmo I bought from Lowe's. You can go to Lowe's and get you one. They sell them all day there. And you take a can of the marking paint and slide it in the head of this unit. It has a little wheel on it so that you can roll the wheel on the ground, and on the handle of this paint roller, it has a trigger, and you pull the trigger and that activates the spray can. So I let the wheel of this roller ride right on top of that string. I did not go fast. I took my time and went slow so that I could stay right on top of the string. Then you go back and remove the string and the nails, and then you have a painted line that is absolutely dead straight as an arrow. Then all you have to do is be able to pull that bed edger in a straight line. Now on the curved areas of this bed, I actually eyeballed that. I didn't have a way to lay out a string or anything like that. Yes, you could lay out a hose pipe or something like a rope or anything of that nature that would have bend to it, and you could lay it out the way you wanted to, but I've been doing this a pretty good while, so I simply eyeballed it. Once you get the line painted out exactly where you want it, then it's a matter of taking the actual machine, the bed edger, and grooving it out. This particular bed edger throws the excess dirt to the inside of the bed, so that's going to leave you with a little hump of dirt. Make sure you take your rake and go back and flatten that out by pulling it toward the inside of the bed. Now once you do all that, now you're ready to put your pine needles down or your mulch, whichever one you prefer, have at it. If I were doing a mulch, I would gently rake the mulch toward the groove and just let it easily fall down into that groove. My personal preference is pine needles. So when I throw the pine needles, I actually let a little bit get out onto the grass. You can use a blower or a rake, and that way you can push the needles back toward the edge. Once I get them to the edge, I take my straight edge tool and use it as a tamp, and I tamp the pine needles down into the bottom of the groove. Then I'll just go back, clean up all my mess, get the stuff up out of the grass, and it's a done deal. But the one thing I can say, doing it that way with the string and the nails, you're gonna get an absolute dead perfect straight line every single time. So I hope this little tip helped you. As always, I appreciate you taking time out of your day to watch. I'll check you later.